my channel. My name is Laura, and today I am doing my Rainbow Mystery Red books. So I have my red shirt on. I changed for this video. Anyway, I have 15 books that I found on my mystery piles that were totally red and that I am going to share with you. These are on my TBR. I have not read any of these, so as I do them, I will only read the blurb on the front or the blurb on the back. I am not opening the book to read inside. I really like to go through them blindly, so I'm only going to read what's on the cover and on the back. So here we go. 15 books in red that are mysteries and thrillers that I own. Okay, so here we go. The first book is a mass paperback. I'm upstairs in my crates, so all these books were in my crates here. The first author is Tess Garrison, and I have not read her yet. So the book that I have here is The Bone Garden, and I don't know if this is part of a trilogy or whatever, but look how red that is, and the red spine. Very red, very red. The whole book is red. So yeah, so let's see what it says this book is about. It says this is an author of Vanish, which I have not read yet. As I said, I haven't read any of this author yet. And there is a blurb on the back, so I'm going to read the little blurbs, if I can see. It's very dark. Okay, a suspense thriller likely to keep you reading into the wee hours, richly plotted with superbly developed characters. Present day, Julia makes a horrifying discovery on the grounds of her new home in rural Massachusetts. A skull buried in the rocky soil, human, female, and according to the trained eye of Boston medical examiner Moria, scarred with the unmistakable marks of murder long ago. Boston, 1830. To pay for his education, medical student Norris Marshall has joined the ranks of local resurrectionists, those who plunder graveyards and harvest the dead for sale on the black market. Norris now finds himself the prime suspect in a series of grisly murders. Joined by a sardonic young man named Oliver, Norris sets out to prove his innocence and track down a maniacal fiend, part of the dark mystery reaching across centuries to the present-day world of Julia Hamill. Fascinating. Garrison, as always, puts her medical training to ghoulish use. So that's what it says on the back. Sorry about me stumbling on some of those words. So this is the first book in red. The second book is also by Tess Garrison. She must like red because most of her books have red in them. So this one is The Surgeon, and I'm pretty sure that this is book 1 of the series. When I edit this, I will put a comment on the video. So here is what I saw on the shelf, and this is what the cover looks like, and there is a blurb on the back. The blurb on the back reads, a bristly paced, terrifically suspenseful work that steadily builds toward a tense and terrifying climax. This is a page turner. He slips into homes at night and walks silently into bedrooms where women lie sleeping, about to awake to a living nightmare. The precision of his methods suggests that he is a deranged man of medicine, prompting the Boston newspapers to dub him the Surgeon. Led by detectives Thomas Moore and Jane Rizzoli, the cops must consult the victim of a nearly identical crime 2 years ago. Dr. Catherine Cordell fought back and killed an attacker before he could complete his assault. Now, this new killer is recreating with chilling accuracy the details of Cordell's ordeal. With every new murder, he seems to be taunting her, cutting ever closer from her hospital to her home. And neither Moore nor Rizzoli can protect Cordell from a ruthless hunter who somehow understands and savors the secret fears of every woman he kills. Top grade thriller, sharp characters stitch your eye to the page, an all-nighter. Creepy, will exert a powerful grip on readers. So I read the whole back. So yeah, so that's all I know about this book. So moving on to the third book. The third book is an author I have read before, and I really enjoy her books, so of course I have to buy all her books. So this one is Heather Gundenkoff, and the book that I have here is called, oops, I dropped it, The Weight of Silence, and it is red. It has red on the cover, it has a red leaf. The cover itself is black and red. Yeah, it looks really, really good. So let's see what it says inside. It says an explosive tale. It happens quietly one hot August morning in Iowa. Two families awaken to find their little girls have gone missing in the night. 7-year-old Kali suffers from selective mutism brought on by a tragedy that happened when she was a toddler. Petra Gregory is Callie's best friend and her voice, but neither girl has been heard from since they vanished. Now, Callie's and Petra's parents are tied by the question of what happened to their children, and the answer is trapped in the silence of unspoken family secrets. Deeply moving and exquisitely lyrical, heart-wrenching, fans of Jodi Picoult would devour this. So I love Jodi Picoult, so I'm sure I'm probably going to love it. And I really liked her writing, Heather's writing style. So yeah, so that's why I own this one. Yeah, sounds really interesting. Okay, the next book is book 4. And book 4 is a YA book. It's really creepy, the front. This is what the cover looks like. It's The Murder Complex. And the cover looks like this. The Murder Complex by Lindsay Cummings. She's trained to survive. He's programmed to kill. So yeah, this is a YA book. There's not much on the back, so I will read that to you. Welcome to the Murder Complex. You cannot see us. You cannot feel us, but we are here. And we control your every move. So that's all it says on the back. So pretty cool. Interesting. I want to read it. Yeah. So that's that one. Book number 5. We're up to 5. 5. This is what I saw on the cover. It's Sleepless. And this one is by Thomas Fahey. And I'm pretty sure that this is YA. It says, don't close your eyes, sleepless. And look how creepy that cover is. So this is a really, really short book. Look how short that is. There's a little blurb on the back, so I will read that to you. Someone else will die soon, she tells herself. Someone else will die, and I'll be responsible. A few days after the first time you walk in your sleep, you kill someone. Emma is having trouble sleeping. Every time she falls asleep, she sees horrible, gruesome things in her dreams. And when she wakes up, she isn't where she was when she fell asleep. And she's not alone. Her friends are starting to have the nightmares too. And that's when the murders start. First, one kid dies in a car crash. His brakes mysteriously cut. Then another girl washes up dead on the beach. The deaths match the nightmares. And Emma and her friends must confront the awful truth. Something is making them kill in their sleep. Now they're in a race against time to keep themselves awake and figure out what's going on before someone else turns up dead. So yeah, that sounds really interesting and very interesting. So yeah, and it's a quick read. So yep, so that's book number 5. Book number 6 is an adult book, I think, and it is The Collector by John Foals. And it looks like this is totally red. And the cover looks like this. And all it says on the front is a superb novel. Evil has seldom been so sinister. So, yeah. The back has a little bit of a blurb. Can you see that? I don't know. My lighting is really bad. Okay, so let's see what it says on the back. The Collector is a work of art. It both stirs the mind and satisfies. Hailed as the first modern psychological thriller, The Collector is an internationally best-selling novel that captivated John into the front rank of contemporary novelists. This tale of obsessive love, the story of a lonely clerk who collects butterflies, and of the beautiful young art student who is his ultimate quarry, remains unparalleled in its power to startle and mesmerize. As a horror story, the book is a remarkable tour de force. What happens is both symbolic and all too real, beautiful and sickening at once, as resonant as a myth. I'm pretty sure that this book is very, very dark. Yeah. So, yeah, this is probably a dark one, and I'm pretty sure it's an adult book. So, that is that book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm up to number 7. Number 7. This number 7, the spine is red, but the cover is not red. But the spine is very red. It is Visions by Kelly Armstrong. The spine is red. The book is not. Red, not. Red, not. Anyway, this one is Bring on the next Canesville volume, please. So I'm pretty sure that this is a series. I don't know what number it is, so when I edit this, I will let you know. In the back, there's blurbs, so I'm going to read a little bit of the blurbs on the back. It's one thing to see visions. It's totally another to wake up to find a dead girl in your bed, especially one who looks just like you. In Omens, Kelly Armstrong brought us into the old secluded world of Canesville. I'm pretty sure that this is book 2, so I am not going to read any more because I think book 1 is Omens. So this is book 2. I don't want to spoil myself and anybody else. So yeah, when I look this up, I will definitely blurb it and let you know. So in the next book... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm up to number 8. I'm losing track of my numbers, but I'm up to number 8. Number 8 is Gentlemen and Players by Joanne Harris. And that is the spine. And again, this book does not have a red cover. Red, not red. So anyway... It says, irresistible, constantly surprising, and wickedly fun. So, let's see what it says on the back. There's a little bit of a blurb on the back. So, a harrowing tale of a cat and mouse from the New York Times bestselling author of Chocolat. For generations, privileged young men have attended St. Oswald's Grammar School for Boys, groomed for success by the likes of Roy Stately, the eccentric classics teacher, who has been a fixture there for more than 30 years. This year, however, the wind of unwelcome change is blowing, and Stately is finally, reluctantly contemplating retirement. As the new term gets underway, a number of incidents befall students and faculty alike, beginning as small annoyances, but soon escalating in both number and sequence. St. Oswald's is unraveling and only straightly stands in the way of its ruin, but he faces a formidable opponent with a bitter grudge and a master strategy that has been miraculously planned to final deadly move. So yeah, it says a dark, intense chiller Don't start this one late in the evening until you plan to stay up all night. It grips and holds you like an elaborate conjuring trick. Vastly entertaining. So, yeah. So that's what this one's about. Okay, moving on. We are up to 9, I think. Yeah, 9. 9 is very red. The cover is very red. The spine is very red. It is this one, True Evil by Greg Iles. True Evil. It says, the true evil has a face you know and a voice you trust. Engrossing, lush, full tilt thriller. There's only a little bit of blurb. There's the author there. I have not read this author yet. Anyway, True Evil has a face you know and a voice you trust. Dr. Chris Shepard has never seen his new patient before, but the attractive young woman with the scarred face knows him all too well. An FBI agent working undercover, Alex Morse, has come to Dr. Shepard's office in Mississippi to unmask a killer. A local divorce attorney has a cluster of clients whose spouses have all died under mysterious circumstances. Agent Morse's own brother-in-law was one of those clients, and now her beloved sister is dead. Then comes Morse's bombshell. Dr. Shepard's own beautiful wife consulted this lawyer 1 week ago, a visit Shepard knew nothing about. Will he help Alex Morse catch a killer, or is he the next one to fall victim to a deadly trap of sex, lies, and murder? So, yeah, this is probably an adult book. So, yeah, very adult, sex, lies, and murder. Yeah. Okay, so we are up to number 10. Number 10 is a YA book. We're back to YA. The cover, the spine is red. The cover has partially red, and it is Unspoken. And this is by Sarah Reese Brennan, and the cover has some red and mostly black. And it says, breathtaking, heartbreaking, a compulsive, rocketing read, bound together, worlds apart. So let's see what it says on the back. Not that much on the back. Some small towns come with big secrets. Sorry in the Vale has a mysterious past. The Lindburn family has owned the manor overlooking the sleepy English village for centuries, and though they've disappeared, people still don't like to talk about them. Cammie hates secrets. She runs the school newspaper and has never met a story she couldn't scoop. But Cammie has a secret of her own. She loves a boy she's never met, a boy she's talked to in her head since before she can remember. And then the Lindburns return. With them are their 2 teenage sons, Jared and Ash. The voice in Cammie's head is suddenly a very real boy. Does she still love him? Can she trust him? As dark deeds begin to come to light, Cammie isn't sure of anything anymore. A sparkling fantasy that will make you laugh and break your heart. Readers will laugh, shiver, and maybe even swoon over this modern Gothic novel. So, yeah. So that's this one. Sounds interesting. So that's number 10. Moving on to book number 11. Book number 11 is a series that I started watching on Netflix. Yes, I am very, very behind on watching it. I think I'm only on season 1, episode 3 or 4. My husband's watched the whole entire thing, and I decided that I wanted to own the book. So I bought the book. Can you guess what series I was watching? It's very dark and very creepy. The book is called The Darkly Dreaming Dexter, and it's by Jeff Lindsay. So here you are, and here is Dexter. Yeah. So I started watching this because my husband's been watching it forever. And I just couldn't get through the first pilot. I watched the pilot with him and I was like, no, I can't do it. I can't. It's too gross and it's too graphic. But since I've been reading these horror books and stuff, I started watching it again. So I wanted to own the book. So here's the book. And do I really need to read the back? I'll read a little bit on the bottom because I'm sure everybody knows what the show is about. It's a dark comedy with a creative twist. Maybe the first serial killer who unabashedly solicits our love. Dark and devious, daring and unexpectedly comedic. With chills like these, you can skip the air conditioning. Yeah, that's what it says on the back. So, yeah, so I needed to own book 1 even though I watched the first 4 shows. So, yeah. So that's number 11, I think. 12, 13, 14, yeah, I'm up to 12. 12 is a book that I think I just ordered again, so I have doubles, but it is black and red, the cover, and the cover is gold and red. So the book is Rosebush by Michelle Jaffe, and here is Rosebush. I have a beautiful cover. Look at that cover. And I don't know anything about this. This is Jane's Knight was a killer. So that's what it says on the very bottom. And on the back, I will read the little bit of blurb. The truth is like a rose, beautiful, but watch out for the thorns. Jane wakes up tangled in rosebush, pierced by hundreds of tiny thorns, paralyzed and unable to remember a single detail from the night before. Her mother and her friends say the hit and run was an accident, but Jane knows the truth. Someone tried to kill her. The signs add up. The drink, the slammed door, the kiss, the car, the ring. But with no memory, it's impossible for Jane to tell the difference between what really happened and what everyone wants her to believe. The doctors won't let Jane leave the hospital until she's fully recovered. But as she lies in her bed, long-buried memories begin to resurface, and Jane is forced to question everything she thought she knew about love, friendship, and loyalty. Her friends come and go, each with a different version of what happened that night. Now Jane must use the clues they leave behind to figure out who's really on her side before the killer strikes again. But whose memory can she trust when she can't even trust her own? So yeah, I'm going to love this book. Memory loss? Yep. I need to read it. I'm pretty sure that this takes place in New Jersey as well. But I thought it was in New Jersey, but it doesn't say anything on the back. But yeah, so yeah, this is one, memory loss. It's right up my alley. So I know I'm probably going to love it. So that is that one. I guess I really wanted to read it because I did order it again, and here is what I ordered. Rosebush by Michelle Jaffe. So yeah, so I have this one. Of course, I like the red cover better. So yeah, I have 2 copies, and this one's probably going back to the used bookstore. 13. I am up to book 13. 13, the spine is very red. The cover is not very red. It is an author I've read before, and I loved his book. He's on my top authors of mystery thrillers. Yeah, and I wanted to own another book for him, and of course I bought this one. I don't know if it's as good as the first one that I read, but it is called Second Life by S.J. Watson, and the cover is kind of black and red. It has a little bit of red here. It says she's living 2 lives. She might lose both. A discreetly sexy novel of romantic suspense. So yeah, and the book that I was talking about that's on my top list, it says it right here, Before I Go to Sleep. Very good about memory loss. I loved it. Yeah. So there's a little bit of blurbs. I will try to read them as fast as I can. Okay. How well can you really know another person? How far would you go to find the truth about someone you love? When Julia learns that her sister has been violently murdered, she wants to know why. But her quest quickly evolves into an alluring exploration of her own darkest sensual desires. As she becomes estranged with the dangerous stranger online, she's losing herself, losing control, perhaps losing everything. This search for answers will jeopardize her marriage, her family, and her life. A tense and unrelenting novel that explores the secret lives people lead and the dark places in which they can find themselves. Secret Life is a masterwork of suspense from the acclaimed S.J. Watson. This book kept me on the edge of my seat. And that's all it says here. So, yeah. Sounds interesting. I want to read another book by him. I don't know if it's going to be as good as Before I Go to Sleep, but yes. So that's that one. We are moving on to book number 14. 14 is a YA book. Yes. And the spine is red. The cover is not so red. Here we go. It's They All Fall Down. And this is by Roxanne St. Clair. Every girl would die to be on this list. Yeah, look at that cover. So anyway, there's not much on the back. It's going to be really quick. Who died, Mom? I demand. Someone named Chloe. Chloe Batista. I croak her name. Do you know her? She's second and I'm fifth. I just read the whole entire back. So, yeah. So that's going to be a fast one. So, yeah, it's kind of short. So, yeah. Moving on to my last book. My last book is an adult book. And it is red on the spine and not so red on the cover. But the spine is really red. And it's The Other Widow by Susan Crawford. And here is your cover. And it has like a rose on there. It says Susan Crawford is a bright new star. And she wrote The Pocket Wife. I have not read her yet. I do have The Pocket Wife. I do have The Pocket Wife as well on my shelf. There's not much on the back, so I will read it really quickly. It says, "Love The Pocket Wife" by Susan Crawford, and can't wait for the next. An exceptionally literary thriller, engrossing, thrilling, and a page-turning all the way through. This is one you won't want to miss. Not a word is wasted in Susan Crawford's fast-paced, thrilling debut. In her skilled hands, readers will be left guessing until the very end. Descriptive, lyrical prose creates an intimate and visceral read that is both a solid mystery and a fast-paced psychological thriller. So yeah, sounds pretty interesting. They don't really give you much, so that's pretty good. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I will be doing other rainbow videos in the month of March. I'm getting tongue-tied and I really need a drink because I've been talking for 24 minutes. Hey, I'm going to attempt to pick up these 15 books that are red. Yes, here we go. Hopefully they don't fall. Look at how pretty they look. Oh my God, they're falling. Red, 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 red. Red rum. Red, 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 red. Red rum. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.